Housing affordability. We're hearing a lot about this in the media right now, and for good reason. I mean, we know what's happening with values here in the Greater Toronto Area. Really, just even if you look at it from a national perspective, you could look at it from an international perspective. I mean, the amount of realtors and clients I'm speaking to in the States as well, and you know, the supply is just so low, but what happens when the supply is low and the demand is high, values go up. But what that also, what we're starting to see, and the problem that's coming up, is affordability. What I really want to get across in this video is that affordability is not always based on just one's income, because that's what the media's really harping on, is that while incomes are not, annual income, salaries are not keeping up with what's happening with values. But there's a couple of other things that I want you to be aware of. And so, like as always, do me a favor, if you agree or disagree, either way, I can handle the constructive criticism. Drop your 2 cents here in the comments, wherever you're watching, whatever platform you're watching. It always lets Jazzy know that I'm doing a good job. And so, just sitting here with Ro, and we were talking about affordability. And so, here's what I want you to also consider. Okay, a couple of things is interest rates. Right now, at the time of this recording, you can lock in a 5-year mortgage at approximately 1.6, 1.7%. Well, why is that important? Well, because the cost of borrowing is lower. So if you look back to, say, you know, my first property that I bought was back in 2006. I paid $350,000. My mortgage at that time, my mortgage rate was 4.5%. Today, as I mentioned, you can lock in a mortgage at 1.7, 1.8%. So the cost of borrowing is a lot lower. A purchaser, a first-time home buyer, an investor can actually purchase more. The purchase price can be higher. The second point that I definitely wanted to bring across, and something that you need to be aware of, is really in the last 100 years, okay, if you look at major metropolitan areas, Toronto, Vancouver, New York, Hong Kong, Shanghai, London, Paris, the list goes on and on. You'll notice that really there was never a time that the average first-time home buyer could actually live in the downtown core of those areas. So what do they have to do? And what do they have to do now? They have to drive till they qualify. Hence why you're starting to see values increase in the suburbs, because you could never really live, the average first-time home buyer could never really purchase something in the downtown core of these major cities. So it's not always based just on income. I want you to consider the other factors as well. Let me know what you thought about this video. I appreciate your time.